Kevin, could you give us a very brief, I know I always say that, a very brief summation of what is the U.S. government case against Julian Assange look like?
The U.S. case against Julian Assange looks like a conspiracy theory that I would be happy if YouTube and Twitter and Facebook wanted to start militantly removing from the internet because it isn't based in fact. That's just the way that I see it. And since you have a really brief amount of time to discuss it, their idea is that Chelsea Manning doesn't really have agency, that she isn't a whistleblower, that she's not the one who made the choice to release documents, and that WikiLeaks and particularly Julian Assange pieced together this most wanted leaks list. And it was just a wiki document. It was a place where people around the world, human rights attorneys, activists, people at nonprofit organizations, press freedom organizations could put documents on this list from all over the globe that they wanted to see forced out into the open because they would probably reveal corruption. And they've made a big deal out of how this most wanted leaks list that was posted on a wiki tied to WikiLeaks is the roadmap that Chelsea Manning used. The only problem was made clear by defense attorney David Coombs during Chelsea Manning's court-martial, which is that 93%, if not more, of those documents on that most wanted leaks list. And by the way, this is in the indictment. This is the only reason why I'm saying this. Otherwise, this would be really stupid to waste time. But they say that this is the roadmap, and David Coombs pointed out that 93% of those documents were never searched for. They were never of any interest to Chelsea Manning. Chelsea Manning meticulously combed through sets of documents, and in her work found the sets that we've discussed today that Stefania was referring to, the war logs, the cables. She came across detainee assessment briefs from Guantanamo, and she had her own sets of reasons, which she articulated very clearly, and that's why she went to WikiLeaks. And WikiLeaks wasn't even the first place that she wanted to submit the documents. She tried the New York Times, the Washington Post. She very nearly went to Politico with some of the documents. And eventually she realized the anonymity that was offered through submitting through this system online was going to be the easiest mechanism for sharing and providing the extensive number of documents that she had. And those went and were transferred to WikiLeaks. And yet we still hear from these prosecutors a continued push of this theory that somehow she was recruited and put up to this by WikiLeaks. And that's part of what you hear in the allegations against Assange, that he solicited her, that he was asking her to provide certain documents to WikiLeaks, that it went beyond journalism, and that now he was trying to get her to hack into systems. Again, another part of the theory, the conspiracy theory that this Justice Department has been pushing forward, that there was hacking. No, Julian Assange was maybe in chats with Chelsea Manning. They haven't definitively proven that he was using that account that was being used by him and his conversations with Chelsea Manning, but that she had a security clearance in these databases for accessing these databases, and so she didn't need Julian Assange's help to move through them anonymously, which is a claim that prosecutors have made. They they make these really ridiculous assertions about things that don't make any sense, but it's just good enough for them to continue this political prosecution.